HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time something I'm really excited about. It's a bottle of none other than Cloudwater's DIPA V2. Cloudwater's double IPA, first version, my beer of the year last year. Absolutely stunning stuff, groundbreaking, setting new standards in British IPA. It was absolutely stunning. Yeah, so 9.6% ABV, a little bit different one this time. Is it a little bit stronger? I think it is. But it uses just Chinook and Citra hops. The big thing about this was, I think bought the hops really quickly. I mean, I think as soon as they've been like kilned or something, it was like 3 days later, they were in the brewery and they used them straight away. It was all about getting really fresh hops and just making the most of that season's kind of fresh harvest. I have had a preview of this. I did have it in the brewery a week ago. It'll be 2 weeks ago, I guess, by the time you see this. Yeah, something like that. When it was a week before it was going to be released, essentially. And it was stunning, but it was still from tank. It's not a finished product. This bottle, at the point of me recording this video, is 2 days old. I bought two yesterday. I bought two more today. So I bought two yesterday when it was 1 day old. But I got home really late and that wasn't the time to be drinking probably one of the best beers in the country. So let's get this in the glass, see what we've got. I know it's going to be good because I've drunk it already. I'm not showing off for anything, but yeah, I think Cloudwater really set the new standard for IPA in the UK. I had a really interesting chat with Paul, one of the guys behind Cloudwater. I like to see Paul as kind of like the creative visionary. How do you like that one? Of the brewery. I mean, they kind of. So we had a really good chat, and we had to kind of like talk about all these kind of beers that are coming out of the East Coast of America, and all that kind of business, and the influence that they've had on this and all this kind of business. Anyway, less waffle, more ace beer, beer in the glass, as you'd expect, hazy. Is it bottle conditioned? Very little slurry in there, so that's a good thing. Yeah, a hazy, pale, golden or golden yellow kind of beer. A brief fizz of froth on top. This is where it starts. Let's give it a swirl and a sniff. Check out the aroma. Oh yeah. Oh, that's stunning. Loads of grapefruit and mango. Pineapple is the big thing on this though. It's subtle. I mean, it's not as kind of slappy around the chops as I think it has been before. And to be honest, I think we might have had the same reaction from the keg. I mean, it's from the tank, straight from the tank. It's got a creaminess to it as well, which is one of the things that we talked about. This kind of concept of these kind of New England beers, Trillium, Treehouse, all these kind of beers that people are falling over themselves to get. Low intervention were the words Paul used. I mean, and I think this is what Cloudwater are attempting to do within a certain scale of things. But it's peaches and cream. I think it smells absolutely divine. Sweet, it's kind of sugary, kind of brown sugar on warm pineapple. I think that smells stunning. Anyway, it's just sorry, words escape me. Let's dive in. I've got to try it. Cheers. And it has exactly that. I want Peter the Master of Hobbits to try this. Obviously you're not going to try it 2 days old, Peter, but I'd like it, I guess. Because it's got that kind of... I watch these reviews of people drinking these amazing beers and they said there is a full mouthfeel. And this is kind of like top end of medium kind of mouthfeel. It's creamy and full. Very soft. There's a dankness to it. I love Citra. And Chinook's kind of like adding a lovely kind of element to it as well. Old school, I mean, old school kind of like sea hop is Citra, so I mean Chinook. See, it don't get dank or anything like that. It's grapefruit and sugar on grapefruit, pineapple, mango as you're getting towards the core where it goes a little bit piney. This is so drinkable for 9.6. It's ridiculous. But then this creaminess to it. Getting a hint of, for what malt there is, kind of any kind of like recognizable kind of characteristic. It's kind of like a Jacob's cracker kind of like thing. And that's probably from the kind of protein that is in suspension in this beer. That's ridiculous how drinkable that is. I'm going to say now, it's a different beer to the last one. I think that had like 7 hops in it or something. It had like Victoria's Secret and Mosaic and Simcoe and all sorts of stuff. I think it did anyway. Don't quote me on that. So this is a different beer. It's a simple beer, but the flavours that are in it are absolutely stunning. And this is an interesting thing when we were name dropping again, terrible. And I know I'm going long on this, so sorry, but this is an important beer. We were talking to Paul about it, and one thing he brought up was there were no expectation for the first one, and people were going crazy for it, and absolutely they should have been. This time, people have got high standards, and do you know what? This delivers in absolute spades. I don't want to go on any longer. You put up with me gushing about this insanely tasty beer. Once again, standard bearers, setting the mark for IPA in the UK. If people at the top breweries in the UK aren't drinking this beer and going, how do we make a beer that good? Well, God help them, because this is the standard bearer. Absolutely world class. Check it out, please. Do yourself a favour. Your life will be better for it. It's a bottle of Cloudwater's DIPA V2, 9.6% ABV. This is the business. I'm Rob from HopZine.com. See you next time. Cheers.